Hi, how are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you need advice? Do you need answers? What is your mood like today? Are you feeling incredibly positive? Are you feeling low vibrational? What do you really want out of this window of space and time? Because we can dive in and ask many questions today, pull many cards today for you, your personal life, your zodiac. We're going to dive in. But first, take a minute to consider, why are you here, and have you got the time to surrender? Are you giving yourself enough time to surrender and listen? Because we're going to go on a journey. We're diving into your space and time. We're going to travel in time through your consciousness, your life, your mood, your emotions, your memory, your well-being. And we're going to discover what's been in the way or what you need to know. Yeah, there's positive and negatives to life. There's positive and negatives to alchemy, to tarot, to psychology, to all things in life. The yin and yang is here in the now moment, and we are mere aliens looking to find our true home. Yeah? So let's get ready to return and dive into your reading. Namaste. I am looking at a money maker. I am looking at a high flying baller, potentially a private jet taker, someone who loves flying around. I'm getting the word offshore. I'm getting Jersey Shore, Geordie Shore, potentially one of those kind of energies and one of those kind of characters is your personality style, right? I see money rising up for you because you are really clocking onto something brand fucking new, is what I want to say. There's something new happening in your reality and you've seen it and you are in love with it, right? It's about life as we know it. You're discovering something about life. Do you know what I'm looking at now as well? I'm looking at Flat Earth, and it's making me think about Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore. And it's making me just want to spiral into conversations about Flat Earth and spirituality and ascension, and I now want to tell you a whole story about Mike the Situation. Mike, if that's you listening, come on in, my darling. Take a seat, engage. Because Mike is one of my favourite characters. Okay, this is why we're having the story. We're going to use Mike the Situation as an example for your energy. Yeah? If you understand Mike the Situation's history, he ended up going to jail, I believe, for tax evasion. It was difficult to watch him go through that. And he came out of jail, transformed his life, and I think he's now on his fourth child, if I'm right, third or fourth child. I think his missus may be pregnant right now. I love Mike's story. I love Mike's evolution. I love the fact that he's the spiritual one. He's the one that speaks about Flat Earth and he encourages the group to do different stuff. I adore his journey. It's beautiful. He's the one with the t-shirts and the merch, and he's the books coming out. And I remember Mike in Italy with the neck brace, right, after smashing his head into the wall with fighting with Ronnie. And then just to think of the evolution of him and where he's come from. And we all have a life of hard knocks sometimes, right? He went to jail for a window of time. He suffered with drug and alcohol addiction. He's such an incredible inspiration to many people in regard to turning their life around. And I think that we're looking at someone here who is really, really turning their life around. Like, if you look back at your story, if you had a reality show of your life over time, boy, would it be a hot fucking mess. You'll be spiraling all over the place and having a lot of meatball time, if you know what that means in relation to Jersey Shore. Hot messes all over the place. You've been a hot mess in your past, right? but your future looks sensational. You are beautiful, you are powerful, you are strong, you are courageous, you are balanced, you have a great community, a great network, incredible finance. You're really coming out of yourself in a unique way. There's a lot that you haven't seen going on around you because you've been focused so much on getting better and working on yourself and healing. You're a powerful, powerful person. And it's been seen, and you struggled financially for a while in the past. I can see a lot of toxic energy around you in your past. You know, when you are a rare gem, diamonds form where? Under pressure. You've been under a lot of pressure in your life. A lot of nerves, a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic attacks, a lot of stress. Unhealthy relationships with parents, yeah? A lot of little things, even racism standing out to me. A lot of little things that have really burdened you. Negative belief systems. So if someone doesn't believe in your spiritual gifts or abilities, it's held you back. You've been held prisoner. You could have actually went to jail. Yeah? You could have actually lost a company. You could have went bankrupt. Yeah? You could have been betrayed. Someone could have stolen from you. A lot of negative stuff gone on, guys. But wow, did you find the light to keep on going out of that situation? You had to change your life, okay? Learn to walk the straight and narrow again. You're destined now to be a bit more emotional and open up about what you've been through and share it with others. And share how you healed. Your story is incredibly important, okay? Sharing your story of what you've been through, it changes the world. I always talk about the likes of Steve Harvey and him sharing his story and what he went through. And Sylvester Stallone, his story and what he went through to get the role in Rocky. What gave Steve Harvey his first break in his career. Sometimes people at the lowest, they're broken, they're addicted to drugs, they're going to jail, they're homeless, they've got no money. It's the last chance saloon to find a way to not totally bum out and either commit suicide or end up lost to the streets. And you've done it. You've pulled yourself back from the brink of despair and created a really, really beautiful life for yourself. I don't even think you've looked around enough to go, whoa, imagine where I came from. Imagine where I've been in my life. And now look at me. A lot of negative bullshit around you. A lot of negative bullshit on your name. And you don't get none of that now. It's all love and light and positive. You really are valued. Yeah. And even if it is negative, it's so irrelevant because you're so powerful now. You see why you went through what you went through, right? It's made you who you are today. Not a lot of people could walk in your shoes up until this point and still talk about it. You're an inspiration. You're dedicated and you're driven to yourself, to your family, to your mission, to your belief system, to your purpose, because you know what's right for you. This isn't a joke. This lifetime isn't a joke. The moment you wake up every day and breathe, it isn't a joke. Not everyone takes life seriously. And to say that, I still say you don't take life too seriously at all. But you're dedicated. You're dedicated to your waking moment. You're dedicated to your breath. You're dedicated to ascension. You're dedicated to whatever on earth you've been put on this planet to do. You're dedicated to that. And that's paying off. Because this was written in the stars, whatever you're doing now. Yeah? A lot of hypocrites. I will say that. A lot of negative trolls, a lot of negative comments. You've stayed quiet through a lot of negative backlash. And you've taken the lonelier route sometimes when you've been met with a lot of resistance. Close friends and family kind of opposing you at times with your choices and decisions. And you always choose to just take the high road. You've always taken the high road in your life and career. And as a result, you are flying high now. Your future looks great. And your power and strength now, it's in you being exactly who you are. A lot of people will look at you and admire you now. They probably wouldn't say it, but you've never had to waver and change your personality. You've never had to be anything other than you. You haven't had to squeeze yourself into a box to fit in. You've always been you, and it's always worked for you. And other people have questioned that because they're like, no, you've got to be more this, you've got to be more that. That's not the way to get numbers. That's not the way to get views. That's not a way to get a job. You've got to do it this way or that way. And you've said, no, if I'm here in this lifetime and I'm living in this world, I'm going to be this version of me because that's the only version of me I can be. And you're succeeding at it because you're right. Yeah, you can only be you. You can't be anyone else, and you are proving to the world that why being you is so important. Well done. Keep going, keep shining, and never forget that you have an impact on so many by just doing what you do every day. It changes lives. So please keep doing what you're doing and keep changing lives by choosing to live your best life and being authentic and true to you, because it matters, and I don't think you hear that enough, okay? Thank you for being an inspiration. Keep going for all of us and you. Love and light.